Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today is the last part of the series of Simplest Road to Crack GPAT part 12, and today we will be discussing about pharmaceutical engineering. So this subject is usually underestimated, but there is one or two questions that has to appear in the exam from this particular chapter and this particular subject. So firstly, on priority, what is to be done is distillation and the laws. So you have Raoult's law, you have Dalton's law, you have Durkheim's law. So these laws are to be done on a priority list. Besides this, the types of distillators like simple, differential, steam distillation, molecular distillation, flash distillation, you need to know the basic principle and one major application, like which one is used for volatile substances, which one is used for separation of immiscible substances. Evaporation, you need to know the classification of evaporators, which is short tube, long tube, horizontal tube, vertical tube. Next up we have is mixing and filtration. So mixing and filtration basically encompasses of different techniques and different theories. So in filtration you have Hagen-Poiseuille's theory, Kozeny-Karman's theory, and Darcy's theory. So these three theories are to be done on a priority list because their formulas are being asked in the examinations. And mixing, the types of mixers like positive, negative, neutral, and the different mechanisms of solid mixing, liquid mixing, semi-solid mixing, like streamline, laminar, turbulent, bulk flow, diffusion. Next up we have a size reduction and size separation. Size separation mein more important is elutriation and sedimentation along with cyclone separator. And in size reduction you have ball mill, pin mill, Harringe mill, edge runner mill, cutter mill, roller mill. These are types of mills. So you need to know the variants as well of these mills. Like suppose if it is a ball mill, so the ball mill ka variant is Harringe mill. So you need to know the mills and the modification of those mills as well. Next up you have is drying. So in drying you need to know the drying rate curve, the factors affecting drying, the temperature, the humidity, the surface area, the particle size, and the heat loss. So conduction, convection, radiation are the three modes of heat transfer. So each one has different law. One has Fourier's law, the other one has Kirchhoff's law. So there are various laws, Stephen Boltzmann's law. So these laws are to be studied with the formulas in mind, and they are to be remembered very well because numericals are not asked, but direct questions on their statement and definition are being asked. Next up is flow of fluids. So in flow of fluids you have various types of fluid meters like venturi meter, rotameter, pitot tube, orifice meter. So these meters are very useful. Manometers, so these manometers, it can be simple, inclined, or differential. So studying these flow of fluid flow meters are very important because like pitot tube, it is also used in airplanes. If you want to measure a single point, then for single point we have a different flow meter. And the last one we have centrifugation and materials of construction. So centrifugation may you have non-perforated and perforated. Non-perforated ka principle is sedimentation, while perforated ka principle is filtration. This is what is asked in examination. One line principle of perforated and one line principle of non-perforated. How will you study this? There are three phases. In the first phase, you will study the principles of all the unit operations. In the second phase, you will study the applications of all the three. And in the last phase, you will go to the book. In the last phase, you will go to the book. So how are you gonna make the table for the same? So when you're studying the pharmaceutical engineering, firstly give a heading. Suppose you write mixing, you write distillation, over here write centrifugation, over here write filtration, over here write size reduction, then write size separation, then write the name of the instrument, then write the principle, then write the application. So suppose for mixing we have double cone blender, ribbon blender, twin shell blender. In size reduction we have different mills like the fluid energy mill, which is also called as the ultra fine micronizer. So you need to know the synonymous names as well because direct questions are being asked from the textbooks. So one line principle, like suppose if it is ball mill, so it is impact and attrition. If it is fluid energy mill, again it is impact and attrition. But if it is a edge runner mill or a end runner mill, the principle will vary. So similarly, we need to know the principle, and then the application, like which one is used for volatile, which one is used for crude drugs, which one is used for hygroscopic substances, which one is used for trace elements. So in this table, this one page table will be summarizing your entire engineering in one page. So that's all for today's video. I hope you all did enjoy and did learn a lot.